The Department of Veteran Affairs is set to give millions of dollars to suicide prevention programs across the country. And one local Marine who's been fighting for suicide prevention initiatives for months is calling this a big step in lowering the dramatic numbers of veteran suicides across the United States.
That's right. The money will go to community-based groups, possibly to places like the Veterans Outreach Center on South Ave in Rochester. That's where we find our own Christian Garzone with more on this. Christian.
Well, we lose about 22 veterans to suicide per day in this country. Now, this is $52 million for community groups across the country, things that are sort of outside the main VA system. Joe Shenley of Fairport helped to get this money, and he's hoping it can go to places just like the VOC. Fairport resident Joe Shenley is the National Executive Director for AMVETS. In Washington, D.C., he and others were able to help fight for $52 million for programs that aid veterans with suicide prevention.
We really believe this is the answer.
In the U.S., we lose about 22 veterans per day to suicide, a trend that has shown no sign of slowing for years. The VA's approach to these funds will be holistic,
where they're doing wraparound services, where they're able to help a veteran live their best life. So it's not just the traditional talk therapy.
A lot of it moving away from pharmaceuticals and allowing veterans to learn resiliency skills.
How to manage their money, how to work through relationship problems. Really looking at the overall quality of life.
Some of the funds could be coming to our region. Laura Stradley with the Veterans Outreach Center says the military is a tough environment and the transition to civilian life can be difficult.
We as a community need to do a better job of trying to ensure that nobody loses hope, that they know there are resources available.
She says there's a lot community groups can do that the federal government can't.
Nonprofit organizations like the Veterans Outreach Center, we will be applying for this funding.
Shenley says these funds are the best chance at making 22 go down to zero.
We believe that this can really be what we need to make a real progress in the fight against suicide.
Now, this funding is all part of comprehensive mental health legislation that's been in the works for 18 months in Washington, D.C. Live in Rochester, Christian Garzone, News 8. Adam, Teresa, right back to you.
All right, Christian, thank you. This report tonight comes after the national CBS story about 7 sailors taking their own life on the aircraft carrier USS George Washington. Shenley did acknowledge that in addition to being a veteran issue, suicide is also an active duty concern.